Hey peddlers, welcome to a very special video. We've officially hit 1,000 subscribers. Hey peddlers, welcome back to another special video. This is the 10,000 subscriber update, channel update. I am so excited and blessed and thankful that I can actually make this video. I'm actually blown away that we have reached 10,000 subscribers on this channel. And if you watch the intro, I was speaking when I had 1,000 subscribers back in June 1st, 2020. And in less than a year from that point, we've hit 10,000 peddlers, and I'm so blessed and thankful that you guys have subscribed and have come along on this journey, that I share my passion of cycling. And I want to give you guys an update going forward. I have some big news I've been hinting, and we're finally talking about this big news near the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But in terms of right now, this video is about a channel update. I want to give you guys a little bit of history of the peddler channel, the origins. So let's jump right into all that juicy stuff. I'm so excited because I've wanted to share this news with you guys for quite some time, but I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't want to send any bad energy and have things get canceled. So now that everything's pretty much finalized, let's jump right into it. So quickly talking about the peddler channel, I started this channel back in 2015, and one of my first videos was the Tour de France 2021 stage 1 to 5 summary that you will watch right now.
Hey guys, Lil Peddler here. Today I will be giving you guys a rundown from stage 1 to 5 on the Tour de France 2015.
Yeah, I can't believe that was me back in 2015, but when I started cycling, it was around 2014, 2015 that I got into road cycling, and obviously I fell in love with pro cycling as I got into cycling myself. So you can see I've been cycling for almost 6 to 7 years on the road bike. So I have a lot of experience, but in terms of covering pro cycling races, I absolutely loved it. I really wanted to get my feet wet. I really didn't know a lot, but I was trying my best and trying to share my passion. You can see back in 2015, would that be considered an OG in terms of race analysis and recaps? I would have to say so. So it was funny. I posted a lot more of these videos. I think I deleted them, but I had one on my channel that was privatized. So it's funny I can share you guys that, and just shows you that I've had a passion for this for so many years. And I'm so happy that I figured out a positive way and a good method of showing you guys an in-depth look of how I've learned through racing and covering races and watching a lot and learning and talking to other, very highly respected people in terms of race tactics and stuff. Like I've garnished so much knowledge from peers to my own personal experience from my own time and all that stuff, that I can share such, in my opinion, really good recaps with our analysis, all that stuff. Like I'm just so happy that I've progressed, and now I'm at a point where I think my videos stand as a good statement for giving a good race recap, because back when I was making these videos, they weren't that good, but obviously I was brand new to the sport. So that is where I want to talk about the racing aspect, where I've had this passion for such a long time, and the fact I can do it every day now is just so blessed. Like I love how you guys are loving the videos. And in 2016, I started training a lot more. So I got into racing. I got my feet wet for racing, started doing my first criterium, and I was making videos back then in 2016 at 18 years old. In 2015, I was 17, and this was one thing I want to highlight, was YouTube was not, popular. If you said I'm a YouTuber or I'm trying to do YouTube, like people would be like, what are you making videos online for? Now it's like very acceptable and promoted, but back then it was never encouraged. So that's why I never took it to the next level. I was never consistent because no one really encouraged me. I was one of the only people in my school that I knew of that did YouTube. So in 2016, I was making videos of how I was training. I was taking it pretty serious. As you guys can see, I got a lot fitter. And then in 2017, I was still racing, got my feet wet, started doing road races, started spending a lot more time on the bike, and I started doing race recaps or analysis, as you might say, comments and thoughts on this video. And this was back in September 2017. This is the individual time trial worlds back in Bergen, and you can see I was doing race recaps. So I just really, this passion of mine for cycling has been so deep, and that's when I started working at the bike shop, bike shops. Actually, I've worked at more than one bike shop. So in terms of me just getting my feet like fully like soaked, or my whole body soaked, or whatever the saying is in the cycling industry, like this has been years in the making. So just without going too much off topic, the video for the 1,000 subscriber channel update was just going to update what was going to happen in the channel, and that's what I want to do right now. So I was saying back then we are going to continue doing bike comparisons and reviews, and I do apologize for any of the OG peddler fans that have been subscribed and were expecting, like, where are the reviews? And I've reached out to so many companies, so many bike manufacturers from Canada locally, and then I tried reaching out to bike shops, and none of them were really interested. I understand the global situation, so it's not that feasible to get bikes reviewed and tested, the shortage and all that stuff, but I've tried. I've made an effort, and at that point I was training almost think around like 20 hours a week. Like if you look at my Strava last year, 2020, I had 23,000, 24,000 kilometers. So I was very invested into testing bikes and giving reviews. And the fact that it never played out, like I tried my best, but I had to pivot because, you know, as soon as winter came along, I can't test any bikes outside anyways. I can't really do any reviews on my bike. So that's why the content kind of shifted. So I started doing more bike tech reviews, and I tried scattering those along my channel. And I think you guys would greatly appreciate, because I put a lot of work in those videos, and I continue definitely in the future. All the stuff that I buy that I use personally, I will make reviews on, because if I find it viable or not, I want to share that with you guys. Because there's videos I've watched, like the Sea Sucker video, where I saw a cyclist use it. I'm like, wow, that's such a good bike rack. I'm gonna buy that. So that's what I hope to do. I want to continue promoting good equipment, good quality equipment with good warranty as well. That's one thing on this channel we'll never forget. The giant warranty, absolutely terrible. Now, in terms of training instructions, videos like that, and we're going to talk about the training aspect of what has changed. So you can obviously visibly from 2020 last year to this year, obviously my body composition has changed, and you're going to be asking yourself why. Now, there's one thing that I want to talk about is in Canada. Maybe you're from somewhere in the States or somewhere warm and you don't understand what it's like to be in a cold country. And I'll sum it up like this. Basically, you have about like 3-4 months of good riding, and then it just goes terrible. And for me, I'm the type of rider where if I see, you know, a goal, and in this situation, it's racing. So our season starts around late April in Ontario, Canada. So for me to get on the trainer near December, right before Christmas or right after Christmas, and just put a solid block of base training and getting in shape, like that's very easy for me. And you can see in 2020, I went from like 220 pounds and I dropped all the way down to like a Tour de France cyclist. Like I was 150 pounds and my FTP was like 335. So I was pretty fit on the bike. Like I was riding, like I said, 24,000 kilometers for all of 2020 because I had a goal. Like I wanted to race. And when the whole global situation happened and racing got canceled, I was like, okay, I have all this fitness, like I might as well vlog. So I did a lot of vlogging on my channel and traveling videos and like just me on my bike doing adventures, which I absolutely thought you guys loved, and I want to continue doing that. So that's one thing I want to highlight. But when it came to this season for 2021, in Ontario, Canada, where I'm from right now, where I'm located, is that we don't have racing going on.
It is a recovery day. We're getting ready for the race, and then after the race, after we smash the race and get a killer workout, we'll probably ride tomorrow because it is going to be sunny.
So, you know, when it was winter time, like what is going to make me go on the bike when it's cold? Because even if you have heat on, it's so cold in Canada. Like that's one thing. I'm not trying to be dramatic and say we live in igloos, but it's cold. So I just couldn't get back on the bike for 3 hours every day. And like, there was no goal in mind. Like racing was not going to happen most likely. Like all the permits and all that stuff. Like I've done some help with racing organization, and like all these permits have to be organized at least like 6 months in advance. So I already knew behind the scenes that racing wasn't going on. So like, why would I realistically wake up and torture myself? I just didn't have the passion for that. So I do think this is where the whole mindset is that if you live in somewhere warm, to do a 2-hour ride, in my opinion, this is not to sound cocky or like braggadocious, is like to ride 2 hours outside in a warm climate to me is not like hard. Like that's pretty easy. Now if you throw some monstrous hills, most likely, but in terms of riding outside in the warm weather, that's easy. Now getting on the trainer for like 2 hours, maybe if it's a one day out of the week that rains, not hard. That's pretty easy. Every day for like 6 months, like mental toughness, like high level. Like last season, high level, but then I had the goal. So I think it was very balanced. But this season, if I was able to do that, that would be crazy. So obviously I put some weight on, and I'm going to tell you guys, like this is where the big news is coming. So stay tuned, because when I drop this news, you're going to be like, damn. So I want to continue making training instruction videos, because obviously I'm going to get back into training for the season, because the season is basically opening up. Cycling vlogs, you guys absolutely loved it when I did the vlogs, and then traveling and cycling stories I talked about in the channel update. I did plan on doing that, but then the whole global situation happened, so I kind of had to like postpone that. And you can see for the most part, like I said, I do want to share, and I want to continue to share all my expertise, right? In terms of right now, what I've primarily have been focusing on because of the winter is cycling races. I love pro cycling. Like I said, back in 2015, I was covering it, not doing the best job in my opinion. Like I just was using pictures and talking. So now the fact that I can make it very entertaining, very engaging, like I absolutely love it. And the fact that you guys love it and I'm sharing my knowledge, I will continue to do this hopefully for the Giro d'Italia, the Tour de France, La Volta d'España. So I really want to continue doing it. Like I absolutely love it. But at the same time, I want everyone that's an OG fan of the Peddler channel, like I want to do reviews. I want to do bike comparisons. I want to do training instructions. I want to travel. I want to do cycling vlogs. So I'm letting you guys know that's coming. Like that's not going to go away anytime soon. Just like it has taken a hiatus, because we have been in winter in Canada. Now it's time to share the big announcement. I'm so excited to share this. I didn't want to jinx it, so I didn't share it earlier. And now that everything is pretty much official at this point, I thought what better way to share it with 10,000 subscribers. And the announcement is as follows. I am officially moving to Europe full-time. You've heard me correctly. I'm leaving Canada behind, and it's ironic, I'm wearing a Canadian shirt right now. I'm leaving Canada behind and I'm moving to Europe full-time, and that ties back into the training. I think the amount of training quality that I'm gonna get done is gonna be insane. Now, this is where I'm gonna troll right now. On screen, you have the globe going around, so I need you to guess which part of Europe I'm traveling to, and if you get it right, you get a chance at getting a free tricycle. Now, 10,000 subscribers, I really don't have the time because, like I said, I've just announced I'm moving to Europe and I'm trying to pack everything up. Like, I don't have the time to do the giveaway, and logistically, I don't know how that would work because I would have to order something and whatnot. So I have to think about a true 10,000 subscriber giveaway. But honestly, if you want a tricycle and you're in the Toronto, Canada area, just DM me on Instagram, link in the description for my Instagram. And if you can guess the correct country, you will get it if you're in Toronto, Canada, because I can't send a tricycle. But I'm trying. At 10,000 subscribers, that's pretty much all I can give away if you guess the country right. But you have to guess where in Europe. And even if you don't want the tricycle, leave in the comment section down below, where do you think I'm moving to? And then maybe whoever gets it closest, or whoever actually gets it right, once I'm established wherever I'm going, I can definitely send a proper 10,000 subscriber giveaway. So I'm very excited. The place I'm going to, I'll give a hint, it has mountains. And being in Canada, Ontario, it's relatively flat. We have some rolling hills, but we have nothing like true mountains. So I'm so excited at this point, because when it ties back into training, it's very hard to train here. Like I said, the winter is so grueling. So the fact that we have mountains where I'm going to in Europe, and the fact that I'm going to be training on these mountains hardcore, back like it was in 2020, hopefully I can transform my body back to how it was last year. But in terms of bringing all the good stuff that I love about cycling back, like I said, I've worked in the bike shops. I have so much experience with so many different things. I want to share that. I want to continue sharing that. This channel is not going to just be race recaps. So I have all my equipment that I'm bringing. I'm going to detail that. I'm going to keep doing reviews. I bought some new rims. I have a bike bag that I want to share. There's so much things I'm going to show you guys along the journey, a whole process of traveling with a bike. There's so many videos I will be making, and the diversity of the content is gonna be back to how it was, because I don't want my content to ever just be one thing. Because when it comes to cycling, like you guys have seen from 2015 to 2021, my content has always evolved, and it will continue to evolve because I have so much passion for this sport, for cycling, and I want to share it with so many people that I'm just so happy. At the end of the day, I always say this, keep on pedaling no matter what's going on in your life. The fact you can get on the bike and forget about your problems and just clear your mind is why I say that, because I truthfully believe, and this was one thing I always said, the hardest part about cycling is not actually pedaling, it's about getting on the bike in the first place and then pedaling. Now I'm gonna formulate my conclusion in a cohesive manner, but basically I'm so happy to have all you guys, all you pedalers watching the channel, supporting the channel, encouraging me to continue making videos, because I want to provide the best content about the sport that I absolutely love. And that's why I got the logo made, because the fact that we have pedalers now, we have 10,000 subscribers that all believe in the love and just love cycling as much as I do. I truly do believe that. And the fact I can continue sharing that love is so important to me, because I don't want to get too negative now, but I will share this, and I'll probably make a video in the future going in depth, maybe, if you guys are really interested. But I used to work at bike shops part-time, and I'm not saying every bike shop is like this, but I feel like bike shops, because it's a seasonal job, especially where I'm from, it's very easy for people to take advantage of you. And for certain shops I worked at, I was taken advantage of. I was never really appreciated to the extent that I was. And I'll never forget one thing that my boss said was, you cost me more than you're actually worth. And not that it stuck with me, because deep down I know that's not true. And the fact that I never let that get, I didn't quit when I should have, that bike shop. But the reason why I never let it get to me was because I absolutely loved, this is how it was. When I was at that shop, I was so passionate seeing people succeed, seeing people get on bikes, seeing people transform their bodies, their mindsets, just being happy to be outside. And that was what kept me at the shop, because when my boss wasn't there or would interact with me in a negative way, I would flourish in terms of my mood, because I was helping people do a sport that I absolutely loved. And when he would come around, I would just obviously suck it up. But that really taught me to persevere, because if I could get through that, you know, I can really get through anything in terms of not being appreciated. And the fact that now I have my own platform where I can share the sport I absolutely love and encourage and educate and promote and just be a beacon of inspiration, as so many cyclists have been to me from what I've watched on YouTube from 2015. And that they've all shaped me. Everything I've watched on YouTube has shaped me to be the rider that I am and the ambassador of the sport that I really want to become. Like, I'm just so appreciative. And, you know, I don't want to sound so deep, but when you are in a position where you go from like night and day in terms of not being appreciated to being appreciative, I think that's amazing. And that doesn't mean I want no criticism. Like, I want people to obviously give me constructive criticism so I can always improve this channel. But for the most part, I do believe that you guys really appreciate the effort I put in my channel. And it's because of you guys and the support that I will continue doing this going forward. So the fact that in basically a year's time, I'm leaving Canada, I'm going to Europe, I'm taking training a lot more serious. I'm so happy to bring that content. The fact that we're gonna be closer to the races, wink, wink, the pro cycling races, wink, wink. That's so exciting. I'm so excited to show you good riding. I'm not saying Toronto, Canada has terrible riding, but let's just say there's not even one categorized 2 climb in my area. So it's gonna be night and day. I'm obviously gonna not have a culture shock. I'm European, my background's European, but it's gonna be a country that I have never traveled to. So like I said, if you guys can guess it down below, do it. And if you've watched through this whole video, you are absolutely a true peddler. And I think it's really important because not a lot of times as of recently, like I said, because of the whole winter and race recaps and all that stuff, I haven't been able to share on a personal level with you guys. And I never want you guys to forget that every time I'm making a video, I'm always thinking about how I can make you guys have the best experience, because the fact that I'm going to Europe, obviously a big reason is because I want to make amazing content for you guys. Obviously I'm doing it for other personal reasons as well, but the main reason too is that, you know, I'm a cyclist and I have a channel and I want to promote cycling. And, you know, if I go to somewhere that has great riding, I can do that. And that's Europe, right? For the most part. North America has some monstrous hills, and so does obviously Canada, but where I am in Ontario, it's relatively flat. So that about wraps it up. 10,000 subscribers. Who would have guessed? All you peddlers, so appreciative of you guys. It just blows my mind. So I hope to be doing this for a long time, sharing the passion of the sport. I'll just keep saying that because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. If I can get more people on bikes, that's what makes me really happy. That's what makes me motivate to make these videos. Because at the end of the day, the sport needs to continue to grow, and that's only going to be done with good ambassadors that promote the sport in a positive way, which is my whole goal on this channel. So as I always say, you know, I'll probably do another update eventually. But stick tuned because I'm doing all this content regarding traveling. So we have a lot of content to cover. And like I always say, hopefully you're seeing it right now too. Until the next one, keep on pedaling.